this video is for the board members of Covered Bridge Canyon. I know all of you are volunteer and you are doing the best that you can and trying to contribute to your community. And I hope you know that I appreciate your efforts. I acknowledge what you're doing, and I know you guys are just trying your best. The way that this yes/no vote was just announced with one side of this whole thing was just bungled, and it has created an incredible amount of pain. It's just created wounds in a lot of members of the community and has been a huge time suck and distraction, and it was unnecessary. At minimum, there should have been a notice that a vote was coming up and that people were allowed to submit their comments, and maybe that a letter should have been posted with a letter in support of this sledding hill. At minimum, a letter supporting the sledding hill should have come out at the same time. I know that it's been pointed out to me that the voting is 2 weeks and that there's plenty of time, but there really isn't. People who were in support of the sledding hill were put on their heels. Now, here's the thing. I'm not even pro sledding hill, anti sledding. I am pro community and unity and compromise. The crappy part of this whole thing is I was put in a position where I am now in opposition of somebody that I want to care, or that I care for and I want to support. I am pro compromise, but to find a compromise, I have to be a yes vote and I have to campaign for yes votes. And so I'm put in a position where I feel like a bad guy. I'm calling people that I know love both me and Joe Hawks and feel awkward being put in a position to be between us. And again, I hate feeling like I'm opposed to Joe's points of view. I want to be his advocate. I want to support and find resolutions and make his life better and remove the fears and the worries. From the optics of this, from the outside, are really bad. That a board member posted a letter with a yes/no vote with no notice, and then he has been calling members of the community to make them aware. All of a sudden feels like from the outside, and this is not just my opinion, people that I've talked to, basically everyone I've talked to, it's just the optics on this are really bad. It feels like one person has the power to shut down something that's very special to the community. Now, here's the thing, is that sledding as it stands right now is at an unacceptable unacceptable level for a member of our community, and that's okay. But the yes/no vote just created this contentious opposition where neighbors are standing on street corners and just full of animosity about this, when really we're a special, incredible community that can come together to find solutions. And so I don't have the bandwidth emotionally and physically. I have Crohn's disease, and my number one trigger for stomach ulcers is emotional stress. And I know that I'm paid as a water master, but I do it to contribute to my community. I don't, the money is not worth it for me. The contributing to my community is. The unity and the supporting my neighbors is where the value comes in for me. But the way that this vote came about and the way it was announced has created an incredible amount of emotional stress. And I, for my own health, need to disengage. I mean, like, if we can't infuse this situation with positivity and compromise and unity, I'm going to have to resign as water master because I haven't been able to get anything done. I've been pacing around my house, stressed out about how to save a special tradition in a way that's acceptable to my neighbors, but then also feeling like I'm being a bad guy. And so basically, and I'm not doing this as a childish ultimatum, this is literally putting my personal health first, is that if the board can't issue an apology for the animosity they caused and the way that they handled this, and that they can't suggest a way to heal the wounds that they just created, then I need to resign as water master, because this is all consuming for me, and it's become an unacceptable cost for me. And so I have a lot of energy when it comes to positivity and finding solutions. I believe that the board should create a committee for compromise, and not even necessarily to compromise on the current sledding hill, but to come up with alternate propositions that will then make. I mean, I say right now, the probability of us coming up with a solution or a compromise on the current sledding hill is probably low, and that's okay. But at least we're coming with alternate solutions that don't make people feel like they're losing a 40-year tradition that makes this place so special. So, I'm basically, I need the board to issue an apology to the community for the pain that was caused by the way this vote came about, and to come up. And I'm not telling you have to stop the vote. I'm not demanding that. That's not part of my ultimatum. But I think that an apology would be huge. And I also think that the board needs to say, in an attempt to help heal the pain that we've caused over this issue, we're going to create a committee to try to find awesome, great alternative solutions, and we're going to be proactive about it. I will volunteer to be on that committee, and I know plenty of people who want to take Covered Bridge from special to extra special, and we can do that without negatively impacting a few members of our community. I think that that's very, very possible. And so I just want us to come together. I want us to have compassion and unity. And so I apologize for doing this in a video, but this has been all consuming. This has ruined my week, and it was a total surprise to me. I had a lot of things to do, and I feel like a lot of people are feeling that way. They're all consumed by this, and they're kind of put on their heels and feel like they're scrambling to defend something that they don't even want to. I mean, they want to defend the tradition, but they don't want to be in opposition to their neighbors. And so let's change the tone. Let's change the format so that it's not a win-lose. Right now, somebody's going to lose, and that's awful. And so I think that we can all win.